What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from the current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good freaking person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. So today we're going to be talking about our passions and how our passions relate to our mental health. Because the truth is that when you do something that you love, when you spend a lot of time doing the things that light your soul on fire, my friends, it literally becomes our form of therapy. Like, I'm sure you can relate. If you know that you've been doing something that you love, something that you're passionate about, something that really inspires you and puts you in a good mood, that shit is like fucking therapeutic every time you do it, right? And so our passions, like using our passions to cope with our mental health, is really what we're going to be talking about today. That's what we're going to be diving in. But first, before we even dive into that, let's I always like to start with a little bit of definitions. Let's define passions, right? Like, what are passions? Passions are really activities that we do, or really activities that interests, like things that we do to really enjoy our life. Like, I fucking stumbled like crazy there, but we're gonna keep going. Passions are activities that we do, or interests that really bring us joy and fulfillment into your life. And us being motorsport enthusiasts, our passions mostly revolve around, drum roll, you guessed it, my friends, fucking motorsports. Duh! So things like cars or trucks, motorcycles, boats, jet skis, racing, drifting, or even building and restoring our fucking machines. Like, man, if it has a motor in it, we're all about it. And so that's how it relates to passions and how it relates to us specifically, our being motorsport enthusiasts, right? Okay, so let me take a sip of water here because my throat is like. Now let's define mental health, right? And which, by the way, don't forget that this month, June, is Men's Mental Health Month. So use that as an excuse to really just go extra fucking hard this month on our passions, on your passions. Go do what you love even more this month. We're around like the halfway mark of the month. So if you haven't really been hitting it hard, here's your opportunity to make up on the second part of the month for the entire month, my friends, right? And so mental health, in simplest terms, means our emotional, our psychological, and our social well-being. Like, our mental health is important because it really affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. So our connection between our passions and our mental health is something that really works in our favor. Like, so fucking use it. Like, the fact that it's therapeutic for us and it helps our mental health, why wouldn't you want to go do more of it, right? Our passions help us relieve stress because when we engage in activities that we love, it reduces our level of stress. Like, by doing the things that we love, you really start to decompress. You really start to not focus so much on everything that's fucking you up in life, because you're able to get in the zone. You're able to disconnect. You're able to just do what you love. And so this, by doing our passions, by going spending time with your hobbies, by doing the things that light your soul on fire, it gives us a sense of purpose. It brings us happiness, right? And so having passions that we really that we want to do, something like having something in your life, like a hobby or a passion, or for me it's riding, maybe for you is driving your car, or going out on your boat, or riding your jet ski, or working on the garage, or restoring that old school classic car, whatever it is for you. Having something that we can able to look forward to every day really just gives us a reason to kind of wake up excited. You're like, oh, because no matter how bad things could be going, if you have something that's really focus on and you get your mind away from things, you're like, all right, you know what, today I'm gonna go do this. So we're gonna do this. It's happened to me before. Times of that have gone through massive amount of stress, especially when you like when you have like a when you're doing a lot at work, when your professional life is fucking really hectic and stressful, and you got a lot of things going on. For me, I know a lot of people are like, man, how the fuck are you gonna add a hobby to your already stressful life? Well, what they don't realize is that adding the hobby, adding these passions, adding the time away to distract me from what really has me all fucked up gives me time to decompress, gives me time to relieve the stress, gives me time to just be one on one and just distract myself from the stress and from all the negative thoughts that come as a result of fucking trying to achieve big fucking things in your life, right? And so when we focus on something that brings us joy to our well-being, it can really help us avoid going into deep negative spiral of emotions, because that is so easy. I feel like that is like one of the biggest slippery slopes of all time. Like you have one negative thought, and then you have another negative thought, and then you have another negative thought, and you have another, and then before you know it, your heart's racing and you're fucking there all worried about something that will fucking never, probably never even happen, right? But if you stay, like if you have something that can decompress, if you have something you can pull away, if you have something that you could go do to get your mind off of things, it really helps your well-being. It really it brings joy to your life. It brings decompression into your life. It reduces the amount of stress, because where your focus goes, energy goes, my friends, right? And so pursuing our passions, I was gonna say fashions, um, our passions need to bring fashion into our life, right? Um, um, that doesn't fucking make sense. But whatever. Our passions, like pursuing our passions, can really help us improve our skills. And when we improve our skills, what that happens is that it raises our confidence level, because we see that we're improving. We see that we're making progress. And progress equals happiness. I want you to remember that phrase. It's something that someone had told me a while ago. And he was like, look, when you feel stressed out, when you feel like you're not happy, when you feel like like things are just all fucked up and it has you in your feelings, like, man, stop, take a moment and take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at what you're making progress in. Take a look, no matter how small, really try to point out to your mind, to your brain, to vividly see what is it that you're making progress on. Like, what have you done this week, right? What did you do last month? How far have you come? What it's something that you have improved on. And what that does is that it really, by proving to your mind that you have actually been making progress, it brings happiness. So progress equals happiness. Remember that, right? And so when we participate in our passions, most of the time what that does is that it brings us closer to our friends, who actually share the same interests as we do, especially like if you have some type of hobby that involves other people. Like for me, when I go riding, typically go riding with my friends. And so that brings me closer to my people, right? It's like a fucking win-win situation. Our passions equals happiness, and it's kind of like a therapeutic release of the emotional stress that we've been going on, because we're trying to achieve big things and really thrive in our careers. And so really allocating that time to go do that hobby brings down the stress. It makes you feel happier. It makes you like be recharged to hit that next day with more oomph, with more drive, with more certainty that things are going to work out in your favor, right? And so using our passions to cope with our mental health, it 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 it, it really just, it's something that a lot of people actually do. Like I started like looking into this, and I was like, man, how many people actually correlate, their passions with their mental well-being? Like, and it ends up being that a lot of people actually do correlate this, even though a lot of people that are really busy in their life, they always say, oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have time for that. Oh, right now it's just too busy. Oh, I got my schedule's too busy. Oh, I just don't have, I can't make the time for this right now. But if you see people that are really happy, people that like are doing a lot of things, and people that are really in control of their schedule, they always have some time allowed, no matter how small, to really do something that makes them happy, to really do something that brings them joy, right? And so whether for you it could be, or for me, or for any of us listening, right? Whether it could be like restoring a car, or maybe going to car shows, or going to a car hangout at night, or pulling out the boat, or pulling out the jet ski and going out on the water. That's super therapeutic. Or maybe going out for a ride on your motorcycle, like I do a lot of the times, to just clear my mind. Like, that stuff really works. And every time we participate in these things that we love, we are literally telling ourselves, I love you. Like, and that's not no fucking gay pussy bullshit crap. Like, I mean it for real. When you go and spend time doing the things that you love, you're literally telling yourself, man, I love you. I care for you. I'm willing to make time to do the things that make you happy. So lean into your emotions and really use them to build you into a more enjoyable you, my friends. Like the truest, most happiest version of you will perform at the best levels. It really will. So here, I wanted to give you some tips on how you can incorporate your passions into your daily life. First and foremost, and probably the most important one, is just go fucking do them. And I know that probably sounds like I'm really trying to oversimplify things here, but really many times that's exactly what we just need to go do. We'll go take the action. Just go do it. Just gonna say, fuck it. I've had it today. I'm just gonna go do what I need to do. Things are not gonna fucking blow up. It's gonna be right there tomorrow when I come right back. Your mental well-being and really recharging yourself is so much more important so that you can continue crushing it. If you outwork yourself that entire day, tomorrow you're going to show up and you're going to be all fucking fucked up too. You're going to be with low energy, you're going to be with low drive, you're going to be on this mood. So go recharge yourself, go do them. And if by any chance you don't know what truly sparks your soul on fire, like I want you to reflect on it. Like I want you to try new activities. I want you to see what excites you. Like, you know, we all have the common interests of motorsports, cars, trucks, bikes, boats, whatever, anything that has an engine. But maybe for you it could be like jujitsu, or maybe for you it could be fucking go playing like soccer or baseball or football or basketball or some other sport. Whatever it is for you, go find that. Like try different things until you really see what gets you excited, what raise your mood. Like be willing to reflect and analyze how you can elevate yourself, your performance. Because if you're not, you can't improve where you don't measure. And so if you're not willing to reflect and really see how the things are affecting you, how are you going to be able to really elevate yourself so you can perform at a higher level, right? And so balancing your priorities is important. Like I want to make sure that I made that statement clear. Like I don't want you to fucking abandon your priorities. Like make sure you get to work, make sure you do what's important, make sure you take care of your family, make sure that you fucking do the things that need to be done in order to take care of business, right? The majority of the time, and I say this because the majority of the time making money, it really takes away from our availability that we have to be able to do the things that we love, right? So be on point with your time management skills. Like don't fucking let your priorities go to waste, but make sure that you're able to fucking time manage well so that you can go do the things that you love, so that you can recharge. like like for me, like I'm a huge, and I live by my calendar. Like it's something, and it's actually something that I recommend to everyone to adopt, into their daily lives, into their routines. Put everything on your fucking calendar. Like for me, if it's not on my calendar, I hardly ever fucking do it, right? And so, talking about your calendar, what you want to do is you want to be able to free up some time on your schedule and set a date for yourself. Like to be able to go to do the things that you love. Like if you don't, like first and foremost, you got to be able to set the date. If you don't set the date, then how can you ever start to know that you're going to go do that? Unless you just randomly remember, oh, okay, I'm just going to drop everything I have right now and go do it. But most of us are busy. Most of us have important things to take care of. Most of us have jobs, families, fucking life, right? And so it's important that you schedule that time in your calendar so that you can have time to refresh yourself, so you can have time to decompress, so you can have time to free your mind, so that you come back stronger, harder, driven, and more focused, right? And so something that I'm also going to recommend for you is for you to start with short but more frequent sessions rather than looking for these huge time blocks in your schedule, because you will see that when you can look for just short little increments, like you can actually fit a lot more of those in your schedule. like like you can really do. Like I remember when I was building my car, or this works for anything. If you're working on a house project, or if you it kind of works with like the same thing as working out. Like if you're looking for 2 hour blocks in your schedule, that's just gonna be hard. 2, 3, 4, 5 hour blocks. You're like, fuck, I have to do that on the weekend. And some of the many times you have a family event, you have this going on, and so those huge time blocks become very limited. And instead, if people like they undermine the progress that you can make with half an hour a day, with an hour a day. Like I remember that I was recently going through a very busy time in my life when I was just working, and then I was just taking care of business, and then I had no time for myself, and then I was going crazy, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And when I sat back and I analyzed and I reflected, and I was like, yo, fuck, I'm not leaving the house because I've been working from home, and I was like, dude, gotta you gotta go decompress. You gotta go do something. And so I was literally giving myself 45 minutes at the end of every workday to just go ride. I would pull out the motorcycle, I would leave my block, and I would go ride around the neighborhood. I would take the ground, so I wouldn't get too much heat. Because if you ride the bigger bikes, they make more noise. The cops kind of whatever. So if you're riding the little ground, it doesn't cause so much attention. It's not that loud. And I would literally go riding, and just by me allotting that little time over multiple days, I was able to decrease my stress. I was able to realign myself with what was important, just because I was able to free my mind. I was able to just bring happiness into my life because I was able to just disconnect, right? And this is why, I always hear people like saying that they lack the time to do their passions, or right now it's just not the right time. I have too many things going on, right? But is it really that you lack the time, or is it that you lack the prioritization of what's important to you, right? So prioritize what's important to you aside from doing what you must do, right? And then go fucking make it happen. Stop making excuses. Like like we all make excuses. I feel like many times in life we become professional excuse makers. And this is why we got to be intentional with what we want to do. And this is why I'm big on the calendar aspect. Like when you align things in your calendar and you look at it and you zoom out and you put that on the week's view, you're like, holy shit, I only actually have a couple of time blocks here, here, up here, here. And I was like, damn, if I do this here, and then you start realizing like your schedule can get pretty packed. And if you don't intentionally set those times aside to really to take care of yourself, to feed yourself, to make you happy, you rarely will ever do it, right? And so here's something that works too. Like, and this could be kind of like magic for yourself, because what it does is that accountability really helps with the follow through, right? Find a friend that enjoys doing what you love to do as well. Like whatever activity it is that you want to go do, find someone that loves to do that as well, right? And then what you want to do is talk with them, and then find a time in both of your guys' schedule that works for each other. And once you find that slot that works for each other, make the commitment with each other that, yo, we're gonna both show up to go do this thing, whether it be go work out, whether it be go ride, or whether it be go play some soccer, or whether it be um, whatever it is for you. Like, right? If you find a friend and you can allocate that time, whether go play pool or whatever it is for you, if you find that slot for you guys and you make that accountability partner hold you both each other accountable, there'll be way more chances that you guys will actually set that time aside and go take care of your well-being, right? And so the reason why I say that is because, like, many times, and this happened to me, life happens, you get tracked behind on the day. Oh, I got to take care of this. Oh, but tomorrow I got to do this. And like you start making these excuses, and life will easily get in the way. But if you have the accountability friend, if you have that person that is also going to show up at that specific time, you're like, fuck, bro, I can't bail on this guy. So you end up showing up. And because not only don't you want to bail on him, but as a result of not bailing on him, you end up not bailing on yourself, which is the more important person here, right? Um, and so remember, guys, pursuing your passions really has major benefits to your mental health, to your personal growth, and to just our overall well being. Like, be willing to prioritize your happiness and go do what we fucking love. Go do what you love. Go do what makes you happy. Set time aside for yourself. Like, go today, right now, after you hear this, and go look for time in your calendar, or do it today. Fuck the looking time for your calendar, but go do it today to go feed your inner child. And if by any chance, okay, that today's already packed and you have this going on, and you gotta go pick up the kids, or you gotta go do this, find some time in your calendar to no later than this fucking week to go make yourself happy. Like, don't let it pass more than a couple days so you can make yourself happy. Take care of yourself, because when you fill your cup first, you're able to pour it into others. Take the step in the right direction, my friends. You are important. So isn't it time that you start proving it to yourself that you are important. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back and let's prove to the world that we're truly some badass motherfuckers. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I want to say that you got yourself a win, man, and I genuinely appreciate you for investing your valuable time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked us with. We are driven individuals. We're working on breaking the fucking stereotype, and we're working on becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey where we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. Yo, and by any chance, if you haven't subscribed yet, my friend, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you never miss another episode. You guys can follow me on my Instagram. My handle is WideOpenRandy. And if you felt any connection to today's message, go ahead and share this on your stories because those are the actions that help more people see and hear about this podcast. And ultimately, those are really the actions that help us spread the message. I'll catch up with you guys with the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.